Hey there tubers, Redneck Brian here. As you can see, there's something missing. Yeah, I pulled the engine back out last night because I got to do a little bit of fabricating and some work to make the exhaust fit. Also, I picked up a few things for this. New voltage gauge, since I used the old one on the Bolins. I picked up a new fuel filter. And in there is the oil pressure gauge that I have, but I got to put that in now. I'm just debating on where to put it. Debating on mounting the little pot to the hood, which I'm thinking would look pretty cool, or possibly to the dash, which I'm more leaning towards the hood. I'm going to show you on the hood where I'm thinking about putting it. Right here on the hood. So, but that will not be done today. I obviously gotta get the oil pressure gauge in to start the engine, but I gotta put everything else back together on this just so it's all ready to go. Also gotta make sure the oil pressure gauge will even work. Hoping it will. No guarantees on that. So I also picked up some oil filter, and some wire. But I'm gonna hold on to the receipt for the wire just in case I do have to bring it back if the oil pressure gauge does not work. So I'm hoping it will. Fingers crossed that it will work. So what I'm doing now is I gotta go back in the house, grab the battery charger. Forgot it. What I'm going to do is quickly clean up the frame a bit. Just some oil got on it from the old engine sitting here. And then I gotta see if I can make that fit. Hoping it will. I think it will. But if not, I'm going to have to completely change my idea. Possibly just run out and have to go pick up 2 mufflers just to stick into the end of those pipes and weld them in. Get my stepdad to weld them. But I think it will work. It looks like it's going to work because I'm pretty sure, like I said yesterday, this engine came out of an MTD, just from the adapter that was on the crankshaft. So stay tuned. Okay, engine's in, but the exhaust idea did not work. If I could put it down farther, which I can't do because of my bumper, it would have probably worked, but no big deal. All I'm going to do is take that off of its plate and just run a strap across there and bolt it in that way. It's just temporary anyways, or I got the option I can get 2 Briggs mufflers and just stick them in there. And then you will technically have true dual. But it's in. It obviously fits, like I said yesterday. I'm just about ready to put oil in it. I got to put an oil filter on it right now first. Then I can put oil in it. The oil that came out of this thing was ridiculous. How black it was. It's almost like it's never been changed. I'm not 100% sure on what year this engine is, but it's not that old, and it had pretty nasty oil in it. So. And then I gotta hook up the fuel line, and then sort out the wiring. And throttle and choke are easy. The oil lines ran up to there for now. What I did was I brought it through one of the here. Pick up my charger. Ran it through one of the existing holes right there, as you can see, and it's just up to here for now. Then whenever I crank it over, I can check and make sure I can bleed it and get all the air out of there. So that's what I'm up to now. Everything's tight. I'm going to go over everything again, make sure everything's nice and tight. Drive line's hooked back up. The pulley went on this one really easy. So if I do have the pulley on upside down, it'll be easy to flip. For some reason, it did not want to go on that other engine very well. Had to tap it on and I had to tap it off. So, and then all I really left to do is hook up the ground to the engine, because this one uses the ground straight to the engine. Then I gotta hook up a harness ground to the engine. And the not so fun part, I gotta find a key on power for the carburetor, because this has that solenoid underneath the carburetor, which I do like that setup. I'm not bagging on that setup. It's just I gotta find a key on power wire in this, because this currently does not have one. So, or what I can just do is hook an alligator clip up to the battery, and then I can make sure it runs. But if I go that far, I might as well just find the key on source, which I know there is one. But I gotta get all the other grounds hooked up first so I can actually get power off the key, and I can find the source. So that's what I'm up to right now. So it's in. And then the exhaust will be last. Best to have the exhaust out of the way when I'm hooking up the throttle and choke. It's a little bit easier. So stay tuned. Okay, tubers, another progress report. Just about have this thing ready to start. I got oil pressure. I got fuel to the fuel pump. I got all the wiring is complete. Got the key. Show you here. This here is the modified harness for the key on to the, no sorry, this here is the modified harness for the key on to the carburetor and the ignition. Listen, it was clicking, but possibly, hopefully it's not stuck. That would suck. But anyways, I got all that taken care of. These wires here are the wires that are going up to the hood. So I gotta put another clip like this on there. One's gonna be for the headlights, and then the other one will go up to the hood. So just so I can separate everything out. And just about ready to get this thing started. Let's actually see what's gonna happen here. I just have the stock throttle hooked up for now. I'll do the modified one later. Let's pour a little tiny bit of gas down the intake. Fired. Nasty. Still not getting gas, but stay tuned. It will run. It fired. Okay, a little bit of an update. There was in fact a mouse nest on this cylinder right here, so I just cleaned it out with the broom and the air line, and it's out, so it's good now. But I gotta take off some of the heat shields to just to clean it up a bit more. Also, I gotta clean the carb. The carb is dirty. It will not start on its own. It will start with gas down the carb, like you saw previous clip. I think I just saw a mouse go running. But anyways, so I think it was a fresh nest. It did not look very old. So yeah, the guy had said the engine had been sitting. So that's it right there. I gotta clean up this a little bit right here. I'm gonna take off that little plate right there, 3 screws. Take that off. Take a look at the carb. And most likely pull the intake and clean the carburetor that way as well. But other than that, also I don't hear the solenoid clicking anymore. It cranks real good, and it's getting fuel, so it is in fact getting fuel now. It wasn't before, and that's pretty much it for right now. So bit of an update. Okay, tubes. I'm not going to be able to get it running today. I had to pull apart the carburetor and clean it up a bit. It is in here. Just finished up a few minutes ago. It's over there on the one steel cabinet that's moved the engine to the floor. But I am done for the evening. I will hopefully have time tomorrow when I get home from work to put the carb back together and hopefully get it running. It seems like it is getting fuel. I may have figured out what the problem was. One of the problems why it wouldn't start, the key on power to the carburetor, the line came off up in the harness, so I had to fix that. So that's working again. By cleaning the carburetor anyways, I was unable to get the float bowl off. It did not want to come off. Actually screwed on. Normally they use the center piece there, the little solenoid to hold it, but this one did not. So I was unable to get that off. but no big deal. I don't think it's horribly bad in there. But the motor's all cleaned up now. There's no signs of mouse nest. I borrowed a friend's compressor to get rid of all that, since mine wouldn't start. But other than that, also the batteries are dead. Tomorrow before I leave for work, I'll come out and plug in the charger on here again, just to top it up, and hopefully it will start. So I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck, and please subscribe and comment.